Hello everyone, and welcome to Hucker's Hideout. Today we're back checking out the new pre-alpha build for Anvil Empires. Now that we have our homestead set up to produce any product, we should see what's in demand and make some profits. Anvil Empires release date has yet to be announced, so stay tuned to their Steam page for updates. The link is below. Now please sit back, relax, and enjoy as we get into more Anvil Empires. All right, and so first off, what we are going to make is some arrows. I have a bunch of feathers and flint sitting around, so I kind of want to make some arrows. The other key ingredient is wood planks. You can see I am filling up my inventory with some wood planks for us, and then we need to use the advanced workbench. There we go, and we can start clicking and producing arrows. You can see they take a couple seconds to produce, but they do produce in pretty large bundles. They produce in 20 at a time, basically. So make sure you have some inventory room. And then next up, what we need to get these to the market is a barrel. And so to produce a barrel, you need one wood plank, and you go over to your standard workbench and you just click the barrel, and you'll see the barrels drop on the ground at your feet. You can, easily press E and pick one up, and then you can left click it into the barreling station, which we made last episode. You can check that out. It's in the channel somewhere. But you see the barrels do stack in the barreling station, and now we just need to get the proper stack of arrows. You can see I couldn't do it because we need 30 arrows in there. Luckily, I have some sitting around waiting to be barreled. And so we'll put those in, and now that it's a 30 stack, it will create a barrel. And you can see we have it on our shoulder now. We can drop it on the ground, and it's a physical item in the game. You can also put it in chests if you want for storage later. That's what I'm gonna do here. And you can just keep making more and more barrels of arrows, which is kind of hard to say. But it's definitely a good product to sell. They're gonna need them on the front for sure. The more arrows, the better. And now we have to look at how to get them actually to the market. And so I was thinking here that we could maybe make a resource wagon. So the resource wagon, you actually attach it to your horse. We didn't have enough iron ingots at this point to actually make one. So instead, I chose to go with just using the normal handcart, which is probably a good example as well, so that you could see you can just use your handcart. You don't need to have a horse and buggy and all that if you live close enough to town to barrel stuff and send it to market. So you can see you just get it on your shoulder like a large item does, and then you can just walk it over to the handcart and left click it right in the inventory. And while we're doing that, you can never forget to harvest your fields, keep everything fresh, keep it going. The seasons keep changing in this game, so that's something you gotta worry about. You don't want your crops, to wither. But yeah, we're trying to get as many crops as we can before the seasons change. And that's why I am scything right now. And we are going to water it. If you want to see a more in-depth look at farming, the last episode had a pretty good look at how to farm. But you can see here I am looking at what the current season is. And you can see it's harvest. I'm not entirely sure what the little bubbles all mean. If you do, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear it. But yeah, we are going to keep on moving. We are going to plant some more wheat because we saw it was still harvest season, so we could still actually produce some crops. And now that we have a couple barrels, we can see our guy knifing things out there. We are also going to, I forgot, we are also going to show how to make some fertilizer. So you can see here, you grab 2 pieces of poop. So if you have your horse, handy, he'll make some poop for you. And then you can just go on and make some fertilizer by using the wood ash from your little cooking pits here. And you can see we're at a good time because our cooking pits are full of the wood ash. And so you don't want to grab too much. This is a good storage spot for wood ash, I think, inside of these cook fires. So I just grab 10 at a time. That's all you need, 10 wood ash and 2 poops, and you can make 1 fertilizer. And it's actually 3 fertilizer, which is nice. And I'm also not sure entirely if you should just spread 1 fertilizer and wait until it's gone and then spread more. I sometimes just spread all 3. It's kind of, for me, I have limited storage. It's annoying to store random stuff like this. So we just threw it all on. If you know if that works, let me know. If not, I will stop doing it. But for now, I just keep, keep the fertilizer wet, keep things growing. And you always want to keep your cook fires rolling. And a good reason to keep your cook fires rolling is even if you're not going to eat all these berries, someone will. And the front is always craving food. That's a good way to keep your troops, healthy and fighting at the front. And you can see here we are almost filled up with berries. We actually can't put any more bloodberry field bars in our little homestead here. You can see that it actually only stacks to 30, which is pretty sweet. And so with that, we are going to make another barrel so that we can fill up our bloodberry bars. You kind of want your barreling station maybe near your main storage for this reason. It's sometimes annoying to transfer food over because they're, single stack items. It takes a little bit of time, but it's not a big deal as long as you're pretty close by. And so I wanted to highlight that. I clicked them all over for you, so you didn't have to see it all, but you got to view most of it. And so you can see here now we got a new type of barrel. This one's not an arrow barrel, and you can see the logo there has changed as well. And we can just click it into our handcart. You can see our handcart is filling up. Very good. That's almost all of the goodies we can probably put in our handcart for now. So let's maybe we. Look, we're still thinking we have a lot of feathers. You can see I killed a lot of ravens and got a lot of feathers that way. But I think for now we'll just head to the market. And so you see I actually ended up making more arrow barrels because I just couldn't help myself. I had to take a full load to the market. And so you can see we are fully stacked with 9 barrels to sell. I really like how the animation looks there. It looks really cool on all the barrel stacking. I don't know if it's really possible. I don't see many straps, but it's holding. And so you can see here, you just go to the marketplace in town, and all you are going to do is kind of check what local prices are. For now, it looks like there are no arrow barrels for sale. And so we may look around to the other markets nearby to make sure that they, see what they have for sale. Ooh, they're selling bows. Very good. But yeah, not many arrows. Ooh, a few arrows. They're selling them for 1 silver an arrow, which is pretty standard for loose arrows. So those ones are not stacked in a barrel. You can see here they're requesting some barrels of other stuff, but not arrows. And so I am just going to kind of make up a price because there's 30 arrows in each barrel. And so I'm thinking that if we do them for 10, that means that it's like a third of the price of 1 silver an arrow, which might sell. And it's not that hard to get that stuff that's pretty free to grab off the ground, and so we'll see if people want to buy it. And overall, you don't want to price stuff too high. You want stuff to sell because if it sells, you make money. If it doesn't, you don't. So let's keep the economy rolling. You can see the logo also changes. There's a little barrel next to the 1 times 30, so what you're purchasing. And so yeah, that one we sold 1 bloodberry bar for 1 silver, basically, which seems pretty fair. We'll see if it sells. And now we are headed into making actual bows. We got the arrows going, so now they need something that they can use the arrows with. That's something you got to remember as a producer of goods. You don't want to just maybe make arrows, maybe make some other stuff too, so that they can actually use your other goodies and they'll buy it all. And so to start, we are going to make some crude resin here into normal cooked resin. And so we have to use our heating vat again. If we can get on the right menu, there we go. And you put the heating vat in and you cook it with a little water and some fuel. And the way you actually get the resin is kind of interesting. They are little stumps that appear, and I will show it now. So you see here the stumps are all around, and all you need is a knife. A bronze knife will harvest these, so you don't need an iron knife, but that's what I was using. And the other thing you want to keep in mind, you can see the cook time is about 2 minutes. You want to keep water in there the whole time. So I like to refresh as many water barrels as I can while I am around, just so I don't have to keep it in the back of my head. And we'll see now that our rosin has finished. And we will grab some rosin, some linen, some bowstrings, and some deadwood planks, and that will make the longbow, which is a higher tier bow than just the regular short bow. It has, different characteristics. I think it's probably better to use the short bow just as a solo, but maybe the longbow in defense is pretty good because you have that added range. And I will actually give a little demo here of how to use the bow. You can see there, I cannot equip it unless you have not heavy armor on. So leather armor, you can use the bow, or no armor. And here you can see that this is just a normal firing mode. You can see pretty far. The range of it's really good. And then if you press C, you can also change the firing mode, and you can get this really cool arc. And so the arc shot's really, really far with the longbow, and that can be really effective against shield walls. Basically, when the enemy's shielded up and you just want to hit their guys behind, you can start poking them with the longbow. And now we will build ourselves a short bow and kind of compare the distances. And so you can see one feature is that when you have the longbow equipped, you actually move slower. And when you have the short bow equipped, you still can kind of move a little quicker. But yeah, we'll test the range here. This is the longbow's range. I'm backing up so that we're right at the tree, basically. And now we will switch to our short bow from the same spot. Switch our firing mode, and yeah, you can see the range difference. I don't even know if it's half, maybe less than half there. But yeah, so the longbow is significantly longer range, but very, very much less mobile. And so it's up to you what you want to choose. And now we are going to check the markets, see what the running price is for these types of bows. Sometimes it's, kind of hard to find the bow you're looking for because, one's called a short bow. So that's right there. But then the long bow is going to be in a different section because it starts with L. And I'm not sure if it's alphabetical or how it's sorted, but they're not sorted next to each other. I guess it's not alphabetical looking at it now. Wood ash is way up there. But yeah, we are going to sell our bows at a reasonable price. We want people to buy them and buy some of our arrows. And so I'm thinking we go with about 30 silver, which seems fair. Let me know if you think there's a better price out there. That's kind of the interesting part of this game starting out is I have no idea what things cost, and so I'm trying to figure that out as we go. And here we are back trying to sell another good. You can see here that there is animal fat for sale here. You can buy it for 5, but you can also sell it for 2 or 1, depending on who you sell it to. And now we are going to look around and maybe see if there's better prices, because 2 for an animal fat, it's a low price, but there's probably better ones. We'll look around. And so that's, people need animal fat for a lot of different things. And I think that's a really good commodity to sell. If you're just wandering around killing animals, you will get a lot of animal fat. And so with our animal fat, we are going to hop on our horse so that we can head to the other markets for our sale. And so first off, though, we wanted to highlight how you actually feed a horse. So you can see in the top left, my horse's stamina and stuff wasn't maxed. And so you want to grab an animal food, equip it, and then you kind of left click right in front of your animal. You'll see yourself kind of kneel a little bit, and then the food will disappear. And then the animal has eaten. And in the top left, you could see the actual bar is increasing for his health as well as the stamina, because now he is a fully fed equine. And so, yeah, with that, we will head on out. I actually forgot to film me selling the animal fat, so you'll just have to believe me. I made a profit. But there is places to sell animal fat for good money. Raiders love it, and a lot of other people do as well. And so here we are again showing the next little good we can make. So we need to make some chicken feed. So chicken feed is made in the grain mill. You use just the wheat seeds, and you set it to that little lever position for tier 3. You can do whatever lever position you want, but that is the tier 3 one right there. I'm going to show it to you. And now we can highlight that we do have a chicken coop here. We want to fill it with a bunch of food, and we want to take out our 1 chicken food to kind of lure one along. It works very similar to the equine feed, where you just grab one, equip it, and find yourself a chicken. And here we are finding our first chicken in the wild. Okay, little rooster. Or I guess they're all hens, probably. It is a hen house. But we are going to head back on the wander. You can see our little waddling chicken. There we go. It takes a little longer than with the equine, which is understandable. But once you get it in here, these will actually live without food or anything. They will survive. The only reason you do want to feed them is so that they will actually produce the goods for you. Because just like horses produce poop, these will actually produce your chicken eggs and feathers for you. Once a morning, they will eat a food and produce those goods. And so, yeah, I just wanted to show you how you can kind of make feathers. And the other good thing is that you can bring more than one chicken. You can bring a lot of chickens if you want. The more room you have around your chicken coop, the more chickens you can kind of have. So that's something to remember, and that will increase your production of feathers as well as the eggs. And here we are adding to our little sale. So I wanted to show we made a few more bows, and you can actually just cancel your order and you can sell the rest with it. You can add them up. There's no real fee for canceling your order like that. There probably will be in the future, but for now you can just freely cancel and redo it. And here we are hunting our bear. So this will keep our armor production up. We definitely need to hunt every bear that's near our base. You can see our base is right there, and he spawned right behind it. And as a solo, it's kind of hard to get a bear. Something you do kind of want to do is go into some disadvantageous terrain for the bear and kind of try to get it trapped. And so you can see here the bear is trapped. I'm going to go into a little time lapse so that we don't have to watch the whole thing. It takes a lot of knives, but you can just kill it with an iron knife. That's all you really need, because you need an iron knife to harvest it. No lower tier knife will harvest a bear. You need an iron knife. So keep that in mind. If you're going to kill a bear, make sure you have an iron knife so you can actually harvest it, or else it's just a lot of wasted time. But you can see here, you maybe want to bring a cart as well, because you get 3 of the big thick pelts, as well as 10 of the animal fat and 6 animal bones, which that's a good way to, get a lot of animal fat and animal bones for your base as well as for sale. And here we are checking the markets again, seeing what else is for sale. It's always good to look around and make sure that the markets are always changing. So you want to stay up to date if you're going to be a true trader, or at least try to be. And now that we are back in our house, you can see that I actually got 10 iron ingots. And so I forgot to film it, but I went up to this marketplace and I placed an order for 10 iron ingots for 100 silver. And someone produced them for me, or, they got the iron ingots and brought them to the market. And so now we are pretty iron rich, so we can make some more advanced goods. And now we are going to go into full resin production. You may know an issue that I'm going to run into right here if you know the game. But I thought that maybe you could cook as many of the resins as you wanted at a time. But we will find out that that is not the case at all. The other thing that we wanted to show besides the bows that we can produce is some of the spears and javelins. And the other things that need rosin is the iron broadaxe as well as the iron mace. And so those are some advanced kind of weapons that are used for very specific tasks in battles. Right now, the mace isn't really doing much, to my understanding, but the actual axe can damage vehicles and stuff like that. So those are good to produce. And you can see here, that's where I was like, oh, the rosin doesn't stack in the output. And so you need to come and pick it up every 2 minutes, or it will not stack, or it will not produce, sorry. And so we will get our rosin going. But at the same time, we also want to be producing from our little mini smithy. And so we are going to get the weapon tips we need for javelins as well as an iron spear. Because javelins are a very useful tool on horseback. They can be used with leather armor. You can be kind of a light cavalry with a spear and kind of poke people. It can also be thrown, and they do pretty good damage when you hit people. The spear is also very good in frontline combat. It's used to like poke behind the shield wall and kind of through the shield wall, and so you can do damage while being protected. And so we are definitely going to want to make a few of those and send them off to the front. And so here we are. We have a few of the goodies we need to make a javelin. You can see wood planks, lead ingots, which lead is a little node that spawns out in the wild. It's kind of circular and silver. I didn't actually get footage of me harvesting it, but you can see it produces 5 javelins when you produce. 1 is the tier 3 from our weapon tip, and then 4 are not tiered. I'm not entirely sure what the mechanic is behind that. But let me know if you do. But I think, maybe the 1 is a higher tier than the rest of them. That's what I'm gathering, and so I keep these higher tier ones for myself, and I sell the lower tier ones on the market because you know what a good craftsman does, tries to make a profit, and that's what we're here for. We got to pay that silver rent, you know. And so, with that, the other thing that we might want to take to the market is maybe another bow or two. We'll see. This definitely is a good way to kind of clean up your storage as well in your homestead. You start accruing a lot of resources sometimes, and it's good to get them off to the front. And so, we are going to make maybe a couple more longbows and just call it good there and head on out. And something to remember is always get your bowstrings going. You can see I have a couple more drying racks outside now because I need to dry a lot of different things for my heavy armor as well as my bowstrings. And we are back at the market doing our best to make a profit here. You can see we are going to sell our javelins. We can sell all 8 of them at once. First, we're going to check though to make sure there's no other ones for sale. We don't want to sell them for some crazy amount. And I think here that we should maybe sell them around the price of a bow because, you know, they kind of do a similar thing. But they're also a melee weapon, so it's a hard choice. We'll go with 30. And for the longbow, you know, those are the better bows. So we kind of want to go with a higher price than a regular short bow. And if we look at our price for short bows, we have 10 of them for sale now at 30 silver a piece. And so we are going to maybe sell these for a little higher price and see if people go for it. I think 50 might be too high, but, you know, 40 is a good price maybe. Now 50 it is. And so we will go with that. And the other thing, I don't know if you noticed, but we actually have already made our first profit. We sold 1 chainmail armor for 100 silver. This is a good way to make a profit when you're solo, because other solos need these items and, you know, they, you know, accrue silver. Every day you can, you know, accrue, I think it's like 270 silver or something just from picking stuff off the ground. And so, you know, if they want to gear up and go and just fight, they can pick up a bunch of stuff and sell it, make silver, and then just buy the gear they want. And, you know, for the clans, they're never going to buy a gear for that expensive of a price because they're making it themselves. And so you got to try to rely on the other people. But you can see here now we actually have 2 days worth of silver in our little keystone, which is great to see. And we are going to go back to producing arrows because I've noticed that there are no loose arrows. There's only barreled arrows, my 8 barrels of arrows. And so if they wanted an arrow, they actually have to grab the barrel and go and unpackage it. Instead, we'll try to make it a little easier. Maybe they'll purchase a bow if there are some loose arrows in the, the marketplace. And I wanted to show how you can actually make arrows in town as well. You can see we made a few arrows at home, and then I was like, well, we should probably show off the in-town mechanic here. And so if you go into the little workshop here, there are workbenches in here. So as long as you have the proper resources, you know, feathers, flint, and some wood planks, you can make arrows right in town for sale at the market. And when you sell all the arrows, you know, you probably just want to go with 1 silver. I would go with half a silver if I could, but it wasn't an option. And so here we are trying to use some of our well-deserved iron, I guess, you know. We spent 100 silver for 10 bars of iron, and now we can produce, you know, maybe 10 chainmail coats. And if we sell them at 100 silver a piece, that's a fair amount of profit just from some bars. And so this is a good way to think about, you know, you don't have to go and collect every resource yourself. You can allow other people to collect resources for you and basically pay them for their time, which is really cool that it feels like the economy is slightly working in that way, which I enjoyed being a part of, I guess. And so you see here, we have made a couple more chainmail sets, which is, you know, the top tier armor. So this is what people are going to want when they are going heavy infantry, you know, fighting on the front. That's what you need. And never forget to stay fueled when you're a trader headed out to the market. And so we are going to go and sell this last little bundle of goodies. I hope you enjoyed that look at, how to sell stuff at the market and how to be a successful trader. Or I try to be. If you did, let me know. And, if you have any better ideas on how to make money, I'd love to hear them. It always helps. We have a Discord now. So if you want to check out the Discord, there is a link below for that, which is, great. And I hope you all come and join and chat with us. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let us know how we did. And we'll see you all next time on the next great video. Have a good day.